Alrighty guys, so yeah, new day. Things did pretty good on the glue up, and I wanted you to kind of look at the ricasso area right here, and it pays to keep vigilant in cleaning that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down and rough these out, flatten everything again, so next time you see this knife it's not going to be shiny glossy, it's going to be bare wood. But and then we'll go through the layout, how we lay out, the profiling of the scales. And maybe we'll run into some troubles and we can correct issues and things like that. I'm hoping not, but if I do, it's educational. Okay, thanks guys, be right back. So at this point we've got everything kind of evened out, and it's starting to look like a nice set of scales here. Of course we've got to contour them. I'm going to give this kind of a Coke bottle, type dish right through this section. And the finger grooves themselves, are going to get rounded out. So the next step for me, basically, I want to leave just a little bit of full depth off the end of this. And I'm going to probably come up somewhere into this area, and I'm going to use a contact wheel, a round contact wheel, dish both sides out equally. So that's the first step. Bear with me, we're going to go through a couple of quick steps and then we're going to finish the knife off. So, alright, I'll be back once again. Okay guys, so first step of the process is the contact wheel, and this was a 10-inch contact wheel. And what we're really after is to be symmetrical. So I could show you how it's done, but it's one of those things, it's just tedious to watch. But at any rate, what I'm going to do is a little different with this one. Instead of contouring this section, I'm going to angle it towards the blade. So I'm taking out basically from 0 to, maybe 3/16 on each side. And for right now, it's just going to be a flat grind. So I'll do it just on the platen. And nice thing about that with a little knife like this is when you make the sheath, that nice contour like this, instead of being wide at the ricasso area, snugs it into the sheath really nice. It doesn't come loose. I wet form my sheaths, make them pretty tight, but it's kind of, if you know what the Jack Law knife is, it's kind of his approach, where he has the waist area, narrowed up, comes out wide, and then angles the cut back to the blade, the point of the blade. It's a nice look. It feels good in the hand, so that's what we're going for with this knife. And so far, knock on wood, no problems. Everything's coming out nice and symmetrical. There's no chip outs. One of the problems with several types of wood, and this is one of them, is you'll start seeing growth chip out areas, basically where it's voided. And it kind of makes it a pain, because when you get to the finishing process, you have to fill them. And there's ways of doing that with Danish oil, and you'll never know the difference. But it almost looks like a surface crack, but it's not. So okay, so I'm going to go basically and do this contour work we just discussed. And then the final step after I show you that is basically just, rounding the edges of the scales so that they fit the hand comfortably. So, okay, so now you're seeing what I'm going for here. So here's the swoop, and here's just that radius coming back towards the tip. And if you were to extend these lines, they'd probably hit the tip. Everything's symmetrical still. So now it's time for me to deepen this finger groove so it's a little more comfortable, and just basically put a nice, gentle radius on the edge. And we're done. The next video will be about finishing it. But for now, today, this is the last step that I'm going to do, because we're going to end up, going to finer grits. It's all going to stay the same. And then it's all hand finish work. So stay with me for one more section, guys, of this one, and we'll show you the finished result. Alrighty guys, that's it. That's the finished rough grind. You can see I've put the finger grooves in. Radiused all the edges and tapered her down. Man, that feels good in the hand. I probably should have jumped this, and I still can. So I might do that as an afterthought to the blade, but you want to talk about comfortable. Oh my God, that thing feels good. So tomorrow, or the next day, we're going to break out a new toy. Just came in the mail today. I've got a parrot vise. And I'm going to use that to do all the handwork to finish this up. And that'll be the end of the show, guys. So this was a short video. I'm glad, because the last one was pretty long. I never have made a video that was over 20 minutes, but I'm getting a lot of good feedback on it, so that's good. But yeah, so we're going to go through the hand sanding process, and we'll polish out the blade a little bit, and that'll be for the next one. Okay. All right, looking forward to seeing you guys again. Hey, if you like this series, don't be scared. Hit the subscribe button. It helps, and that's my ultimate feedback. Or hit the like button. If you don't like it, or if you want to comment about something you'd do differently, glad to respond down below. So have a good day, guys, but we got one more to go.